Bassline will return once again at Joburgs Constitution Hill. The event is a celebration of African music and culture by bringing together some of the continent's biggest talents. Now this year, the Bassline celebrates 25 years of existence with Bassline Festival and it forms part of Johannesburg leg of the IGODA Festival Circuit, which includes Azgo Festival, MTN Bushfire, Zakifo Festival and Sakifo Festival. Nigerian artists Asa and Mr Eazi will headline the Africa Day event and will be joined by quite a number of other artists from Africa. Now joining us now is the organizer Brad Holmes as well as musician Kommanda Obs. Gentlemen, a very good morning to you and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm going to start with you. I mean, there's plenty to celebrate in this particular festival. First of all, with South Africa celebrating 25 years of democracy and, of course, the celebration of 25 years since the existence of the Bassline and Africa Day as well. Take us through this event.
Yes, it's the 25th of May, 25 years of Bassline and 25 years of democracy. So it's a big at 25. So basically the festival's been going for we're in our 15th year. It's a live television broadcast on SABC 2. We've brought out, we've got Kommanda playing at the show, obviously, but we have got Asa, who is one of the bigger African acts with a whole array of hits, and probably Mr Eazi at the moment is probably arguably Africa's biggest act, who's hit the world internationally. So his biggest fan base is in America and the UK and France, then Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, and then he's got a very big fan base in Johannesburg.
Yeah. Now, Kommando, I mean, this is such a massive festival, and what does it mean to you as an artist being part of a festival that not only promotes culture, music, but diversity as well?
It's an honor. It's an honor, brother. Obviously, having to showcase my music in such platforms. So, since obviously I'm a patriot when it comes to Sesotho, it's more than humbling for me to actually be showcasing everything about my music. So it's celebrating Africa. That's all I'm about. That's what I stand for. So it's very fitting, if I may say so myself.
So what is it that you'll be offering to your fans?
Authentic stuff. We're talking. I'm from your hip hop era, basically. So growing up, I realized the similarities between the two cultures as far as Sesotho traditional music, Shwamo, and hip hop, the way we structure our verses. So that's the sound that I'm actually pushing. It's called tape. Right. So it's a fusion of live music, traditionally inspired, and then modern elements, hip hop, etc. So that's what I'll be offering to the people. Right.
Yeah. Now, Brad, there'll also be the IGODA, is it IGODA Festival Circuit? IGODA, yeah, Festival Circuit.
So basically what we've done is we've formalized the Southern African Festival Circuit. And so it's made up of Zakifo, which happens in Durban, Bassline, which happens in Johannesburg, Bushfire in Swaziland, Azgo in Maputo, and Zakifo, which takes place in Reunion. And what we do is we share acts mainly, and the whole process is about giving the audience, most importantly, acts that they would not really ever see, giving artists as important territories that they would not normally play in, and then giving promoters like myself an opportunity to share costs so it makes it economically viable. And the idea is to get them, so I think we've got 22 acts running through this year, and get them, and it's a challenge because it's not like the tour circuits that you have around other places of the world where you've got sort of infrastructure to work with. So, but we are, from a South African perspective, it works pretty well, and we're going through the processes, and I think that we're pioneering something, and in 10 years' time, we're probably going to be touring Africa. That's the plan.
25 years on, Bassline has meant so many things to so many South African artists, and some of these artists owe their being to Bassline. So what has Bassline done, in the culture of the arts in South Africa and for artists themselves?
Well, I think we were all inspired in 1994 with the elections. I decided to open Bassline in 1994. Started off with like a 60-seater jazz club, then took the shop next door, took the shop next to the other side, took the garage at the back, and eventually it was 200. We then moved to Newtown, became a concert hall, and the natural progress of any brand was now we moved into festivals. I think it's been a big thing for me is about exposing African talent, specifically, which we've done strongly is through the TV medium, which is with SABC 2, which has been very, very effective in launching people's careers.
Yeah. And synchronicity will be the theme for this festival, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of 25s in there. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Now, do you want to take us through how we get hold of the tickets? And for those willing to be part of this show, what do they do?
Yeah, Howler, they're available on Howler. Just check online, but the easiest way I think is going on Bassline's website.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's www.bassline.
That's www.bassline.co.za, or you can go to howler.co.za.
Yeah.
You can get tickets online. You can also go to Checkers and a whole bunch of places where you can actually pick up receipts, and then your tickets get emailed to you. So the whole process is paperless. That's the idea. So people can just go online, or they can go, if you have a look at the Howler website, you can see that probably about 20 places where you can actually get your tickets.
Okay, when you say it's a cashless affair, what does that mean?
It means that we basically all the money. So if you're a festival goer and you come to the festival, firstly you've bought your ticket without using any paper.
Yeah.
All right, and then when you get into the festival itself, you get a card, and then all the vendors, which I think is a very important thing, is that we do have Low Crate. If I can just quickly come in, who run markets. So we're going to have 40 SMEs from Soweto coming and doing the coolest Afro chic, everything from fashion to food.
Okay.
And they do a lot of the Conhill stuff. They work on the Afro Punks. They work on the Human Rights Festival, the Bushfire Festival, and I think Conhill's actually become a place for forward-thinking South Africans, which is exactly where we should be.
Yeah, festivals of such magnitude, normally security becomes the focal issue of these festivals. How is the security looking like?
The security it's very, very strong. It's something that, there's things that you don't cut corners on, and that's one of them. So we've got a very, very strong security company, and we've got support from SAPS and JMPD.
Okay.
And I was actually with them yesterday. There's a strong plan. I think the great thing about Conhill is that if you're going to get an Uber, you're going to arrive, you're going to be surrounded by security and police, and you're going to go in and it's going to be fine. And then you're going to come out, get your Uber, and there'll be police and security all over the place.
Wow.
Or you can park your car in the parking bay, for which is free, and there are 2,000 of them.
Okay.
So it's a very, for me, probably the finest venue we have in Johannesburg at the moment.
Yeah, and I guess it's a great initiative for making sure that people have fun without any worries whatsoever with regards to their personal security and that of their property and cars. But gentlemen, thank you so much. Hey, we appreciate your time and all the best.
Thank you.
Well, that was Brad Holmes and Kommanda Obs talking to us about the Bassline Festival, which will take place at the Conhill on the 25th of May. Now, the event will bring together quite a number of artists from around Africa to showcase our culture and diversity.